Welcome to the Iowa Department of Transportation's e-learning module for fire safety training. During this training, we will discuss key elements of fire prevention and protection, safety, tools, and important points to remember. If at any time you have any questions, concerns or comments during this training, please contact your department supervisor or course facilitator for assistance. Why is fire prevention so important? The primary goal is to protect employees and other occupants of the building from injury and loss of life due to fires. After ensuring the safety of the occupants, it is the secondary goal of fire prevention to protect the property and then limit damage to ensure that operations can continue uninterrupted. By preventing fires, we can assure work operations continue. In order for a fire to occur, there needs to be three items present: fuel, heat or ignition, and oxygen. The basic strategy of fire prevention is to control or isolate the fuel sources and heat to prevent combustion from occurring. If any three of the elements are not present in sufficient quantities, then a fire will not ignite or will not be sustainable. The first step on preventing fires is to form good housekeeping habits. By doing this, you will reduce the amounts of flammable and combustible materials in the workplace, reduce ignition hazards, ensure safe evacuation in the event of a fire, and finally, allow for a quick and efficient emergency response. General guidelines for housekeeping are: work areas, aisles, walkways, stairways, and equipment should be kept clear of loose materials, trash, scraps, etc. Never block aisles, fire exits, emergency equipment, or alarm pull stations with equipment or materials. Avoid buildup of combustible trash and waste such as paper, wood, cardboard, etc. Keep use and storage of flammables and combustibles to a minimum. Clean up all spills such as grease, oil, or water immediately. A delay could result in accidents. Further storage guidelines require keeping all items at least 3 feet from electrical panels in case these need to be accessed quickly, and maintaining a 3-foot clearance from heating surfaces, ducts, heaters and light fixtures. In emergency situations, it will be necessary to access these panels quickly. Flammable and combustible liquids in the workplace present a fire hazard as they are potential fuel sources and are very common. It is actually the vapor from these substances that can ignite and burn, which is why it's important that you understand what materials are in your workplace so that you may properly store and isolate them from ignition sources. An easy way to determine the flammability of a substance is by looking for the NFPA diamond and understanding what the symbols mean. To determine flammability, pay attention to the number that is located in the red section. A higher number indicates a higher flammability, with 0 indicating no risk and 4 being extremely flammable. A substance such as gasoline would have a 3 in the red section. Proper storage of flammable liquids is essential to fire safety. Flammable liquids must be stored away from ignition sources in cool, well-ventilated areas away from incompatible materials. The amounts of these liquids should be kept to an absolute minimum, and as a general rule, no more than 10 gallons should be stored outside of an approved flammable cabinet or room. Electrical hazards in the workplace act as ignition sources and cause numerous workplace fires every year. Common ignition hazards are overloading circuits, use of unapproved electrical devices, and the use of damaged or worn wiring. NFPA diamonds can be found on the product label or the safety data sheet for the substance. If the diamond cannot be located, it is possible to determine the flammability by locating the flashpoint of the substance. The flashpoint is the lowest temperature that the liquid gives off enough vapor to ignite. Flashpoints of less than 100 degrees indicate that the liquid is flammable. Extension cords are only approved for temporary use. If you have to use the cord for more than 3 days, discuss with your supervisor the need to install permanent wiring. When using extension cords, check for defaults such as frays, brittleness, or broken wires. Never place extension cords in high-traffic areas where they can be damaged by being stepped on or run over by equipment. Multi-plug or power strips should only be used for small office equipment such as computers, printers and fax machines, and never for items such as microwaves, refrigerators and copy machines. These items need to be plugged directly into the wall and must have a fuse or circuit breaker and be UL approved. Further electrical safety practices prohibit the use of adapters that allow a 3-prong plug to be plugged into a 2-prong outlet. You should never use any device that has a damaged or frayed cord, and remember that space heaters are not allowed in DOT buildings. When using multiple electrical devices, also keep in mind that you should not plug multiple extension cords or power strips into one another, as they can easily overheat and cause a fire. It is essential that fire doors are not propped or wedged open. Doing so can allow fire to travel freely into exit corridors, preventing evacuation during a fire. It is also state law that fire doors not be propped or wedged open. Keeping doors closed can prevent smoke or fire damage from other locations such as adjoining buildings. The following segment focuses on the OSHA requirement for annual fire extinguisher training for those in the workplace. Since the DOT has fire extinguishers in the workplace, all employees should take this annual refresher. The National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, has identified 5 general types of fires, based on the combustibles involved and the extinguisher needed to put them out. Each has a unique symbol and color to help identify the type of fire and the correct response to it. Fire extinguishers are coded according to the system, so anyone who might respond to a fire with an extinguisher must be fully trained on this system. Extinguishers work because they contain an agent which eliminates one of the vital elements of the fire: heat, fuel, or oxygen. Many types of extinguishing agents are available. Each agent is made to extinguish one or more classes of fires. Be sure to use your fire extinguisher only on fires for which it is designed. Using the wrong agent on a fire may increase the intensity of the fire. For example, using water, Class A extinguishing agent, to put out a grease fire, Class B fire, or electrical fire, Class C, is extremely dangerous. Class ABC fire extinguishers are multi-purpose extinguishers which handle all A, B, and C fires. Here at the DOT, unless there is a special hazard in a specific work area, all extinguishers should be Class ABC. Although portable fire extinguishers are located strategically and in plain view throughout the workplace, it's a good idea to learn the exact location of extinguishers in your work area. The 4 types of fire are: Class A, fires involving ordinary combustible materials such as wood, cloth, paper, rubber and many plastics. Class B, fires involving flammable liquids, combustible liquids, petroleum greases, tars, oils, oil BSED paints, solvents, lacquers, alcohols, and flammable gases. Class C, fires that involve energized electrical equipment. Class D, metal fires involving magnesium, sodium, potassium and sodium-potassium alloys. Class K, cooking media fires involving oils and greases. Because fires are dangerous, you must know when it is appropriate to attempt to fight a fire with a portable fire extinguisher. Use extinguishers and fight a fire when: once the fire alarm has been sounded, the building has been evacuated or is in the process of being evacuated, the fire is small and confined and is incipient, meaning that it is just beginning. You can fight the fire with your back toward a non-threatened escape route. Your extinguisher type matches the type of fire you face. Your extinguisher works effectively and is charged. You are properly trained in the use of the extinguisher. You are confident you can put the fire out. And when the extinguisher matches the fire type, do not use a portable fire extinguisher under the following conditions: the fire is already large or has grown beyond its original confined space. Your escape path is threatened. You are not sure if your extinguisher is the right type for your fire. You may not always know what elements are contributing to a fire. Do not use a portable fire extinguisher under the following conditions: the fire is already large or has grown beyond its original confined space. Your escape path is threatened. You are not sure if your extinguisher is the right type for your fire. You may not always know what elements are contributing to a fire. When using a typical fire extinguisher, follow the PSS method. Hold the extinguisher upright and pull the pin. Stand back 8 or 10 feet. Aim at the base of the fire. Squeeze the handle to release the extinguishing agent. Sweep at the base of the fire with the extinguishing agent. If you aim high at the flames, you won't put out the fire. Let's now take time to watch a short clip on how to properly put out a fire. Here are the key points to remember about fire safety. While reviewing these items, please note that not only is fire safety important in the workplace, these tips are important to follow in other locations to help prevent fires. Let's now take a short quiz to see what information you were able to retain from this presentation. Please remember, fire safety prevents loss of life, injuries and property damage. Proper fire training and basic safety practices and procedures will keep you safe when encountering hazardous situations. Our ultimate goal is to keep employees safe while on the job. Please feel free to contact any member of the Employee Health and Safety team located in the Office of Employee Services here at the Iowa DOT. We thank you for taking this training course and hope you can use the information you learned whenever you encounter any fire hazards or dangers. Thank you.